Λοιπόν, αν διαλέξω την άλλη επιλογή, την στο πλαίσιο επιλογή, θα διαλέξω από αυτά τα τέσσερα. Wait, not to change my mind. Το πρώτο.
That thirst for truth and knowledge. That is so familiar. But what makes you think I will listen to your arguments? I have gone too far to turn back. I must walk the path I have chosen.
Για το suture.
Says you.
You think I'm wrong about you? Why? We are not talking about numbers, equations, and magical reactions.
Okay.
This is about the soul. About whether or not you have what I lost. Yes, I remember. I wanted to check, to see for certain if it would awaken your instincts. I was so full of hope that day. Yes, I was disguised as Yaniel. This was our first conversation face to face. I was desperate. I needed to know who you were, to understand what you were. I wanted to find out if there was anything about you I recognized. You hungered for knowledge. You desired the truth more than anything else.
Εντάξει, δεν περίμενα ότι θα προσπαθήσει να την πείσει ότι είσαι ο γιος της πραγματικά.
Yes. I wanted to see if something would stir within you when you met my son's murderer. And when you encountered the one who betrayed me.
Αυτό έχει σημασία.
But it doesn't matter. I asked questions, you answered them. And I thought I could hear the echoes of the past in your voice.
Mama.
And the vial of summoning formula. The same formula my son borrowed for his own experiments. He always loved summoning. Always.
He loved killing people and sowing chaos, because that's what sends you into the abyss.
That's enough. I can see now. It was naive of me to think I could just revive my son the way he was before his death. But there is so much of him in you. So much of me. I can't think of you as anything but my child. I have wandered in the dark for so long. But now I finally see clearly. I know how my path must end. The wound still erodes your soul, as it does mine. Let me put an end to my creation. Let me step into the flames and perish, so that I can heal you.
Έλα ρε φίλε, μπορεί να το κάνεις και έτσι.
All these years, I've been playing a game with mortals and forces beyond mortal comprehension. But now I am a pawn in your game. I do not know your next move. I can't even imagine what plan you have in mind. So explain it to me. One step at a time.
Θα έλεγα πρώτα το Sword of Valor.
Yes, indeed. The Sword of Valor was Iomede's banner before she passed the test of the Starstone and ascended to heaven. I've never studied the Sword of Valor. Perhaps I should have. It is a truly fascinating artifact, and the way it interacts with you is incredible. Could it have picked up the early signs of your nascent divinity? I do not know.
From the Hadrian crystals.
No, I have not. I haven't had the chance.
Πώς και έτσι, ρε φίλε.
It was in Canobris that I had my first chance to test the improved version of the Midnight Bolts against the demon lord Discari. The crystal dagger you found in Canobris was the first Mahindrian crystal that was procured in such a fashion. I gather that you know more about them than I do.
Συγγνώμη, μήπως δεν έχω φέρει όλα τα απαραίτητα πράγματα. Το σκέφτομαι αυτό. Πάντως το γεγονός ότι μπορεί να πατήσει ένα λάθος dialog και να αλλάξει όλο και δεν σου επιτρέπει να το σώσει είναι υπερβολικό. It has the same business.
Yes, I am sure that is the case. I have evidence from my experiments. The wound affects the material plane, poisoning it with the corruption of the abyss. But it also affects the abyss, bringing in a small amount of order and harmony from the material plane. The only reason it is not as apparent in the abyss is the presence of the demon lords. They hold near infinite power over their realms, and their existence staves off the wound's influence. I see I was right to leave the lexicon in a place where you could find it. Yes, that is correct. We've reached the limits of our power. I did so long ago, and you've realized your full potential only recently. Mythic power cannot be made any stronger. At least, I have not been able to do so successfully. That means we are now living on borrowed time, counting down the days until we die from the wound's influence. It's unpredictable and dangerous, but all bold plans carry risk. What you propose might work. Whoever absorbs the power of a newly killed demon lord will inherit their realm in the abyss. If we throw in a connection to the wound, we will end up with something unique. You will have the power of a demigod and an abyssal realm that changes at your whim.
Δεν το καταλαβαίνω. Παίρνεις τον Hadrian Crystal και μετά μπορεί να επηρεάσεις το plane, οπότε, αλλά το material plane δεν μπορεί να το επηρεάσει, πρέπει να πλέσεις την άβηση. Newly killed demon lord. Okay, για να δούμε το πάει.
Yes, your plan might work. I see no reason we shouldn't at least try. But how? There are only 3 demon lords whose realms are tied to the wound. Baphomet, Discari, and Nocticula. I doubt we'll be able to carry out a cunning murder of the Lady of Cunning and Murder. As for Baphomet and Discari, after the lessons you've taught them, they will never risk another engagement. They'll engage in clever maneuvers. They'll hide, but they won't face you in battle.
Εντάξει, αυτό ξενέριζε με το προηγούμενο τέλος. Μπορεί να πέσει εσύ στο Whirlwind σαν Angel και σου δίνει και κάτι, νομίζω, βοηθάει τον κόσμο. Και δεύτερον, μπορείς όμως να βάλεις αυτή να το κάνει, αν θυμίσεις ότι είσαι ο γιος της. Οπότε υπάρχει ένα secret ending. Καθώς εσύ είσαι Arch Priestess.
They are bound to appear? I didn't know that. No wonder demon lords are so careful about choosing archpriests.
Έχω πρέπει να επιλέξω ένα από τους δύο. Προτιμώ πρώτα τον Baphomet γιατί δεν έχω πολεμήσει θεωρώ σε full power και είναι πιο επικίνδυνος, πιο ενδιαφέρον μάχη.
Yes, it is true. Baphomet outsmarted himself when he granted me power and patronage behind Discari's back. Correct. And the Locust Lord still hasn't deprived me of his favor. He should have done that a long, long time ago. And I could summon them. No, it's still too much of a risk. The world wound is more than a rift. It has a life of its own. To accomplish the plan you have conceived, we would need to channel an immense current of power through it, all the way to the realms of the demon lords. It would be 100 times more difficult
Πω,
than
μαλάκα,
simply
χρειάζονται τα πάντα,
closing the
έτσι.
wound.
Υπερβολή. Ποιο είναι το πλάνο να πάρουμε τον έλεγχο των planes τους?
It's remarkable that the worshippers of
Δεν το ήξερε η
Pelor
ίδια,
were able
αλλά
to
κανείς δυνατόν.
discern this. Yes, you are correct. Such days do exist, but they occur very rarely. Only
Εντάξει,
once or
Galaxy
twice a
Brain.
century at most.
Ούτε μία στο εκατομμύριο το βγάζει κάποιος. Galaxy Brain. It was all part of ο Eisen. Angel Eisen.
I can't run the full calculations right now, but I think you're right. This is the day when the wound is most malleable. We could shape it as easily as a master potter molds soft clay. I have one final question for you. Do you have a new Nahindrian crystal in your possession? Without one, this whole plan is doomed. Unless, of course, you happen to have a midnight bolt. If so, we can procure a crystal right now.
Χάζει η ερώτηση, αλλά οκ.
They are Nocticula's weapon of choice. She infused the bolts with a small amount of her power, making them deadly to the Abyssal Lords.
Θα τους μελέτησει
I've
ποτέ.
changed their properties so that if a demon lord is hit with a bolt, their blood and life force will form a new Nahindrian crystal. Prior to my alterations, the crystals would only form inside the bodies of the demon lords that were slain in the Abyss. A process that took centuries.
Okay.
Then let us begin. I do love interesting challenges.
Θεωρητικά θα με βοηθήσει και στη μάχη.
Descari, Lord of the Locust Host, Aurilu Borlesh calls to you, as I once called before from within these very walls. I am the first of your servants, and I summon you. Come,
Κάτσε, περίμενε, το λες έτσι.
Baphomet, Lord of beasts and labyrinths, heed the voice of Aurilu the Witch. You accepted me into the ranks of your servants, and I summon you now as the first among them. Come, 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 come.
Και θα είναι λίγο σεξουαλικό.
How curious. The Nats have decided to set a trap for me. You have spun out your betrayal like an intricate web, but it will take more than that to bring down the hunger of the Abyss.
First, my daughter failed me, and now my chosen mortal favorite does the same. Aurilu, do you not see that this alliance with your mortal creation will give you nothing? You could have served the greatest of masters,
καστρέφω
yet
όταν πεθάνω
you
σε συμφωνώ.
chose to be the puppet of your own creation.
Τι πει.
Enough, Baphomet. You are wasting your time on words when the time for words has long passed. We shall fight those who have challenged us and obliterate them. Nascari has spoken.
Εντάξει, είμαι Angel, λέει το πρώτο.
You are correct. I am a threat. And once I'm finished with you, my scythe will sweep across your world,
Πλάκα στην πλάκα, θα
starting
είναι
with
ανοιχτό
the
και το World.
allies you've brought here.
You believe yourselves to be our masters. You think you will be our doom. But you've never been anything more than a source of power. We will drain this source to the last drop.
Fuck. Μόλις είδα το χιπί μας. Έρελ παίζει μαζί μου. Haste έχουμε. Δεν έχουμε haste, οπότε αυτό που έχουμε είναι quicken. Να κάνουμε haste. Και επίσης αυτό που έχουμε, με ένα πολύ ενδιαφέρον τρόπο, είναι mass heal. Γιατί ναι, μπορεί να καστάρει mass heal. Ποτέ δεν έπαιξε αυτό το παιχνίδι στο maximum, δεν χρειάστηκε κιόλας. Είχε ήδη ένα χρόνο mass heal και το... για 200 έχει πει. Οκ, not bad. Teleport και τι άλλο, ξαφάει. Οκ, εδώ θέλω να περιμένει λίγο μετά από μένα. Και εγώ θα καστάρω, έχουμε ένα Greater Quicken Damage, okay, το οποίο θα κάνουμε αυτό εδώ το Storm of Justice Bolstered. Αυτό δεν μου καστάρει κάτι περίεργο, 63 με flash, είναι πιο δυνατή από εδώ. Όχι. Αυτά είναι τα demonic power που έχουν. Κάποιος δεν έφερε... γιατί του φαίνεται τόσο πολύ διαφορετικό damage. Sword of Heaven... anyway, δεν έχει σημασία. Έκανα το quicken, θα κάνω και αυτό εδώ, Grandmaster's Road. Τσιμπήστε ένα ακόμα. Τι είναι, παιδιά? Είναι το Grandmaster's Road. Κουνήθηκα, βάρεσα με quicken κάτι. Whatever έκανα αυτό. Same thing really.
Fabrizio Turinos!
Α, πέτυχε. Έφερε άσο. Holy fuck, θα έχει damage. Γιατί φάγει τόσο πολύ damage, δεν κατάλαβα γιατί είναι empowered και... α, είναι empowered και maximized από το τέτοιο. Οκ, ναι. Holy fuck, τον ανατείναξα ρε φίλε. Έχει κάποιο equipment, αναρωτιέμαι. Τι μαλάκας πούμε, δεν έκανα το τέτοιο. Δεν το περίμενα να πεθάνει ρε μαλάκα με τόσο εύκολα. Κάμα το φελέκι μου. Της bullshit. Θα πάρω το ένα Hydrian Crystal, θα το τρέξω με έναν Hydrian Crystal. Γαμιέστε φίλοι μου. Και μόνος του, ξέρω, δεν φταίω εγώ τώρα. Τώρα, legit δεν φταίω εγώ. Δεν ξέρω τι θα φάει για damage. Να παίξει τώρα αυτός ο μαλάκας. Και λοιπόν να το σταματήσει κάπως. Χτυπήσω κάπως. Αλλά δεν μπορώ καν να το χτυπήσω. Έχεις να τον σκοτώσεις, σε παρακαλώ. Δεν το πλησιάζουμε, αράζουμε. Οκ. Παίζει και ο Σούτσου 856 KB. Όντως τώρα. Πώς πέθανε έτσι ρε μαλάκα, ήθελα να πάρω τους 5 για να το τέλος με 5, αλλά δεν πειράζει, το τρέχω έτσι. Oops, I did it again. I failed to use the Midnight Bolt.
You should have listened to reason.
Καθυστέρηση maximum. Περιμένουμε να παίξει κάποιος που να το χτυπήσει με το bolt. Ναι, εδώ είναι το bolt. Μην το κάνεις αυτό, σε παρακαλώ. Όχι, κάνε αυτό, κάνε αυτό. Εκεί. Ναι, οκ, καλά. It is over. Maximum blasta. Δεν ξέρω καν τι θα μπορούσα να κάνω σε αυτή τη φάση. Τι έγινε ρε παιδιά? Όχι. Αρνείσαι. Δεν ξέρω τι έγινε. Να το βγάλω αυτό μήπως. Όχι, δεν παίζει. Αλλά για τη φάση.
It is done. The road to greatness lies ahead. I can only guess. The regular crystals allowed you to impart some of your power to your followers, those whose souls were closely tied to yours. It is likely that an improved crystal would let you endow your companions with a small amount of the demigod-like power you are about to receive. The wound will eventually destroy my soul. I will never be truly healed. But I have no regrets. I achieved everything I wanted and more.
Μπορώ να έχω παραπάνω από 5, έχω μπερδευτεί λίγο. Επειδή δεν σκότωσα τον ένα από τους δύο. Θα το δω τώρα. Θα ξανατρέξω τη μάχη.
Yes, let it be so. Venture into eternity, child, and I'll gladly live out my time watching your ascension.
Δεν μπορώ να τη σώσω κι αυτήν. Μπορώ να έχω 6 κρυστάλλους, γιατί είχα 3 τώρα ρε φίλε. Δεν είχα 5 καταρχήν κρυστάλλους, δεν με μπερδεύει. Πολύ περίεργο.
A rest would be welcome.
What? Ο κατέρτος θυμήθηκα ποιος είναι. Είναι αυτός της... Yay. What? I'm confused. Και δεν ξέρω αν μπορούσα να κάνω κάτι άλλο. Ναι, τώρα κατάλαβα. Τώρα μαλάκα. Όντως. Ευτυχώς μαλάκα που δεν έσωσα την καμήλια μαλάκα. Πολύ trickster. What? Lol. Όχι, όντως. Okay. Το ενδιαφέρον είναι ότι εδώ τους αλλάξεις το background. Δεν έχουν διαφορετικά ending. Δεν την έσω επειδή πήρα τον κρίσταλλο, δεν κατάλαβα.
And what of me, the writer of these words? I was defeated. I have recounted the story of my life for you, Pharasma, Lady of Graves. Not only of my life, now you know every...
The laws of the universe have existed for millennia. They are incontrovertible, but even they allow the decider of fate some degree of influence over the verdict. You wrought great evil, while it stemmed from the evil that was done to you, and yet, the one whom you harmed most of all now appeals to me on your behalf. I shall send you to the Maelstrom, the plane on the edge of the world. A place to which the gods' gazes do not stray. There you will find yourself. Or you will perish in the whirlwind of chaos that is your soul. So be it. Now you, the mortal who has risen so high as to stand boldly in the presence of the goddess of fate, you have done the impossible, and you will be remembered as long as this universe exists. Go, live out the rest of your life. I look forward to tales of your future deeds.
Κοίταξε. Οκ. Θα κοιτάξω τώρα αν έγινε κάποιο θέμα με τον Discard για τον Baphomet, δεν έχω καταλάβει τα endings. Αλλά δεν ξέρω αν θα τα καταγράψω. That's all, folks.